In this video, I am going to undertake a live job interview where the hiring manager asks me some difficult behavioural interview questions. If you have a job interview coming up soon for any role or company, you will have to answer behavioural interview questions. So make sure you watch this video to learn the type of answers you should be giving. Once the interview is over, I will then tell you where you can instantly download the answers I have given. Here we go.
Tell me about a time you worked in a team.
My manager asked the team I was a part of to come up with ideas to help promote a new company product. It was our task to work closely as a team to create a list of solid ideas to ensure the product launch was successful. We decided to hold a team meeting and each took turns to put forward ideas while the rest of the team listened and took notes. I suggested we market the product online and others in the team suggested promoting it to our customer database, offering a discount. At the end of the meeting, we had 5 great ideas which we presented to our manager. He agreed to implement all of the ideas, resulting in record sales for the new product launch.
Tell me about a challenge you had to overcome.
I worked on a critical, time-sensitive project in my previous role. A technical team member went off sick 3 days before the project deadline. It was my task to find a way to still get the project finished despite being 1 team member down. I assessed the outstanding workload and allocated some tasks to the remaining team members based on their strengths. For the technical related functions, I found an online contractor who was qualified to do the work remotely. By thinking outside the box and acting quickly, I overcame this challenge and completed the project on time and to the required standard.
Okay, great. Next question. Tell me about a time you failed.
When I started my first job, I undertook an internal training course that included an examination. My task was to partake in the course and achieve a pass mark of at least 75%. Unfortunately, because I thought I knew the subject well, I did not study hard enough for the exam and I ended up just failing. I was very disappointed in myself, and after apologising to my supervisor, I studied hard and gained a 97% pass on the retake. I learned a tremendous amount from that experience, and I now prepare thoroughly for every situation, task or project I am responsible for.
Thank you for that answer. Tell me about a time you provided excellent customer service.
A customer called our business to inquire about a product we had available. They arranged to come to the company the following day to view the product. My task was to provide them with excellent service when they arrived. As soon as I got off the phone, I learned as much as possible about the product so I could answer any questions they had. When the customer arrived the following day, I made them feel welcome, asked questions to establish their needs, and explained everything I knew about the product and its benefits. I then answered any questions they had in detail. The customer thanked me for my patience and the information I provided before buying the product.
Tell me about a time you went above and beyond at work.
In my current job, my manager asked for a volunteer to cover the work of a colleague who was going to be off sick for 3 weeks. I volunteered to be that person. It was my task to complete my and my colleague's work to the expected standard. I learned any additional responsibilities and then prioritised my workload based on the company's needs. By being methodical in my task completion, I could go above and beyond what was expected for my manager to help the company while my colleague was off work.
Tell me about a time you took a calculated risk at work.
My manager was off on holiday when I encountered a slight problem at work. I needed to order a new computer for the office because the old one was broken. However, strict company rules stated managerial permission was required for any purchase over $100. I had to decide whether or not to take the risk and order the computer without the necessary permission. I wrote down a list of the pros and cons of ordering the computer and decided it was the right thing to do. We needed the computer to meet customer demand and to maintain operational efficiency. I took the risk and ordered the computer, and when my manager returned to work, she agreed I had made the right decision.
Tell me about a time you demonstrated leadership skills.
In my last job, I received a call from a conference centre informing me that the company's scheduled meeting the following day could not be held due to a flood that had taken place overnight. 20 people were due to attend the meeting. I decided to show leadership skills and source a new venue for the meeting. I called around suitable alternative venues in the local area and chose one that was cost effective, close to transport links and could provide refreshments during the meeting. Once the venue had been confirmed, I informed my manager about the situation and the action I had taken. He thanked me for showing leadership initiative before permitting me to contact all meeting attendees with the updated venue change.
Okay, Richard. Tell me about a time you had a conflict with a coworker.
My colleague and I were working on a project at work, but we disagreed on the best approach. I felt it was my task to find a way around the conflict for the sake of the project. I suggested we should compromise by taking the positive aspects of each of our suggested methods of working and combining them. I also suggested we review our progress more regularly to ensure we were still meeting project expectations and timescales. My colleague agreed this was a great way forward that suited both of us, and the conflict disappeared immediately. We then set to work and completed the project to an excellent standard and on time.
Tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult customer.
A customer came into our store requesting a refund, but they didn't have a receipt. When I informed them I could not issue the refund, they started shouting. It was my task to listen to the customer and take action to diffuse the situation. I let the customer vent their frustrations, and while they were talking, I listened. I then explained that company policy prevented me from issuing a refund without a valid receipt. However, I stated that if they reviewed their bank statement when they got home, it would probably prove that they purchased the goods from our store, which would be a suitable replacement for a receipt. The customer thanked me for this alternative solution, and when they returned the next day with their bank statement, I was able to issue them with a refund.
Tell me about a time you had to adapt to a significant change.
In my last job, a new manager took over the running of our department. She was enthusiastic and wanted to make numerous changes to our working practices. Some team members fought against the changes, but I saw it as my responsibility to embrace them and support the new manager. I listened to the new manager's brief and what she wanted us to do. I then learned all the new tasks and encouraged others in the team to do the same. After 4 weeks of implementing the new changes, things started to improve and the team was far more productive and efficient than before. Okay, so there you have it. Brilliant, top scoring answers to difficult but common behavioural interview questions. Now, if you want to download all of those answers I gave, plus additional great responses to difficult behavioural interview questions, make sure you click that link right now in the top right hand corner of the video. Head straight through to my website, passmyinterview.com, and you can have those answers plus more great responses in your inbox literally within 2 minutes from now. Also, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and make sure you connect with me on LinkedIn. I have put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. It is always an absolute honour and a pleasure to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you the very best for passing your interview. Have a wonderful day.